What's up, Buff Nation? It has been a few days. Hopefully, you guys have been good. Today, we just have one quick story for you and then some thoughts that we'll share at the end. So let's make like a rocket and blast off. Our first story today is about something that Travis Hunter did and said about FSU that may have surprised some people. Let's take a quick listen.
Hey, I don't know how you can go undefeated and still don't be in there, so I don't know what to say. Just because you lost a player don't mean anything. I don't know how you can go undefeated and then just get kicked out of college football playoffs. Ain't that what we all playing for, to be in the playoffs to win the championship? Jordan Charles is trying to stand on business. They already did what they did, so they deserve to be in there. They went undefeated, 13-0 for no reason. It's crazy. I wish he didn't never break his leg, but he definitely didn't get it right.
Travis does a great job. Hopefully you're following him everywhere. If you're following me, I'm sure you are, but make sure that you're subscribed and following his channel. He does a phenomenal job. Now, Travis Hunter is remembered for one of the more embarrassing moments in front of FSU and really in Florida State recruiting history when he shocked everybody and he flipped from the Noles to Jackson State on signing day. This sent Florida State fans into an absolute tailspin and meltdown, of which I remember very well. They were firing their coach. They were questioning their entire athletic department. They were wondering if they even would keep the program going. This was a monumental day in the worst way possible for Florida State fans. The next year, he got into it with Hakeem Williams, a five-star FSU wide receiver who had just committed and signed with the Noles right around signing day. The two went back and forth on social media. They accused each other of different things and went back and forth several times and got into it. And FSU fans have obviously felt a certain type of way since that happened. Then you had a ton of FSU players transfer into Colorado this season, and there's almost like this fake beef that exists between Colorado and FSU fans and Travis Hunter's fans and FSU fans, and it's really just made for social media drama because let me tell you this, Coach Prime has never endorsed or advocated any kind of hatred or beef or conspiracy between the Seminoles and Colorado Buffs fans or anything like that. Now, I think some of that has naturally happened when you have a player flip away on signing day, when you have some other transfers all kind of go out to I get it from both sides for sure. And I think that things that both sides have said have been probably pretty off base. But Coach Prime's never endorsed that. Coach Prime's never said attack them or attack this team or attack the school I went to or anything like that. And in the clip that you just saw, Travis Hunter spoke the truth. He spoke what he believes to be right. Now, I don't really care one way or the other. We're far enough away from it now what your opinion on the playoff is. I don't care if you think that a 13-0 Florida State should have been in or if you think that Alabama that has their starting quarterback should have been in. It doesn't really matter to me. If you want to tell me in the comments, I'm certainly open to hearing perspectives, but I'm not going to argue with you about that. I don't really care. But I do care that Travis Hunter stood up for what he believes in. You can say whatever you want about FSU. You can say whatever you want about their fans. You can say whatever you want about this fake beef or this fake rivalry that seems to exist. But Travis Hunter sure didn't care. Travis Hunter seemed to have some respect for the Seminoles, the team that he flipped from, the team that he's gotten into it on social media with some of their players. Now, I think Travis has grown some since then. I think Hakeem Williams has probably grown some since then as well. And I think that Travis Hunter does think that this is wrong. You can see he never ended up playing with him, but he certainly had some respect for Jordan Travis. Did you hear what he said? Jordan Travis tweeted later on after being left out of the playoff, "I wish I would have broke my leg sooner so that the College Football Playoff Committee could have seen that it was more than just me." You know, a lot of people think that Florida State got left out because Jordan Travis wasn't going to be there. And Jordan Travis said, "I wish I'd have broke my leg earlier so that you could see that that wasn't the case." Broke it late in the season, a pretty gruesome injury on senior night. And Travis Hunter, I'm getting confused here with all the Travises, but Travis Hunter basically said, "Man, I got so much respect for him. I wish he wouldn't have broken his leg." And you could see that even the guy that he flipped away from, even the guy that he never ended up playing with, he still had a lot of respect. Still admired the way that he played football. Still admired the fact that he was out there busting his butt and the passion that he has for playing football and for playing for his team. Coach Prime has talked about this, and I think Travis Hunter probably falls under the category. I think we'd probably all agree there. But Coach Prime has an amazing amount of respect for people who love the sport like he does, for people who will grind in the sport like he does. For those of you that don't know, Jordan Travis got to Florida State and wasn't even trusted to throw the football. They would only let him run it. He just couldn't throw it. Wasn't very good. Almost quit the game. 4 years later, he had Heisman odds before he went out and was injured. I think he fits in that category that Coach Prime talks about when he says, I want guys who love the game like I do. I think that's probably what Travis Hunter respects about him, because Travis Hunter is that kind of kid. Travis Hunter is that kind of kid who works harder than everyone else. Now, fortunately for him, he's got more God-given talent than almost every other player that he steps on the field with, but he also works like it. Does that remind you of anybody else? Kind of reminds me of Kobe Bryant. Better than everybody else, sure, before he even stepped on the court, but also worked his butt off and worked harder than everybody else too. And so I think when Travis Hunter sees that in players, whether it's Jordan Travis or whomever, I think he respects it. Listen, we get so heated about football and we have to hate this team or we have to hate that team. And Travis Hunter shows you it's not really like that. He's not over here saying, ha ha, Seminoles, you should have got me on signing day. I'm glad you got left out. Not saying any of that. What's he saying? Man, this is wrong. I didn't pick that team, but this is wrong. You left them out. They won the game. Travis said, why do we even play the games? That's what we grew up playing to do. That's what we wanted to do. We played to win, to go 13-0 and win championships. Travis Hunter called him out on it. He's not worried about a fake beef or a rivalry or upsetting FSU fans or upsetting Colorado fans. He just spoke from his heart and said what he believes to be the truth. And it's a lesson that all of us could use. Remember earlier in the year? Remember that Colorado State kid? I know it was none of you guys, but there were people on social media sending death threats to that kid. There were people on social media threatening that kid's life because he had a late hit. I don't know how long you guys have been watching football, but I would venture to say I've seen 1,000 late hits in my life. I haven't seen very many of them injure guys. Haven't seen very many of them knock guys out for a couple of games. But that's the chance you play when you play football. Everybody wanted to send that kid death threats, and Travis Hunter took him bowling. Travis Hunter raised money for charity with that kid. And there's this fake beef between Colorado and FSU. We got to fight, and oh man, the Buffalo Knowles, and I've seen this and that. Travis Hunter didn't care about that. Deion Sanders didn't care about that. They just care about winning and doing what's right. I thought Travis's statement was phenomenal. I thought it was really cool to see him be very honest there. He very easily could have piled on. He very easily could have said, ha ha, look at them. They should have got me. Maybe they'd have made it. I'd have played quarterback for Travis was out. He didn't do any of that. He was honest. And that respect, where's that respect come from? Well, one, you can tell he's raised right. You can tell that he grew up in a home with a lot of respect. Number two, it's a model of Coach Prime. It's a model of what Prime preaches. It's a model of positivity. Coach Prime said it today. If you follow his Twitter, I'm sure you do if you're watching me. I don't know why people focus so much on the negativity. I only want to focus on the positive. Coach Prime continues to say that over and over and over again. Where do you think Travis gets it? If you're around somebody who all they do is preach positivity, all they do is preach positive actions and words and mindset and voices and speaking and all that, you're going to be the same way. I thought it was cool what Travis Hunter said. I thought it was cool that he spoke his truth. I thought it was cool that he showed respect. And I thought it was cool that he said they should have been in. Now, again, I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts in the comments. I'm not going to disagree with anybody. I'm not going to agree with anybody. You give your thoughts. I'm good with it. But at the end of the day, I like the way that Travis Hunter presented this. Now, listen, it is heavy recruiting season. It is heavy portal season. I've been traveling a little bit, but I'm ready to ride for these last 2 weeks before early signing day. Make sure that you're locked in. Make sure that you don't miss any of our content by hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. I thank you for being with us throughout our time here on this channel. We're not going anywhere. Season's over, but we're not. Thank you guys for tuning in to the prime time for college football.